What's good, YouTube? Fight fans all over the world. It's your boy, Real Talk Boxing. We're back at you again. This isn't really new news, but, I like to talk about what I like to talk about at the moment in time, and I want to talk about Teofimo Lopez and some of the potential opponents that he has, and who should he fight next. We all know he just did a number on Lomachenko. Well, I really wouldn't say did a number on him, but for 8-9 rounds, he was doing his thing. And I don't dispute the decision whatsoever. The only thing that I didn't understand is why Loma chose to start fighting so late in the fight. I can give you one reason why he started fighting late in that fight, and that was Teofimo Lopez. Here's what I like about Lopez, man. Lopez is a fighter without fear. And I've stated that a fighter without fear is very, very dangerous. Now, it depends on what type of fighter we're talking about because, a fighter without fear can do one or two things for your career. It could be a long, wonderful career, or it could get you knocked out. See, a fighter without fear has to be mixed in with a couple of things. Heart, intelligence, ring generalship, common sense. Mixed in with not having fear is a recipe for a perfect fighter. So, Loma was depicted as a myth, a legend, to some people a god, and fighters feared him. And I think that's a lot of the reason why he was winning fights. Not to take anything away from Loma. Loma is a monster, y'all. He's arguably one of the pound-for-pound best fighters in our era today, along with Terrence Crawford. The only fighter that I say that didn't have fear for him that he actually lost to was Linares. Linares got a knockdown on Loma, but Loma overwhelmed him. Loma is not a hype job, don't get me wrong, and that's not what I'm saying. He never has been and never will be. He was just depicted as a legend and a god. And fighters did fear him. They had some type of fear for him. But not Teofimo Lopez. No fear whatsoever. Which landed him a win against Loma. Now, Loma started coming on late. 8th, 9th round. He even hurt Lopez a couple of times. And I was so frustrated to see him start late. Now, it was two people's faults. His fault and Lopez's fault. So, and I read somewhere that Loma had some injuries that, could result in surgery. Could that be the case? I don't remember hearing Loma making any excuses. He just kind of walked out of the ring and didn't give an interview, and we haven't heard much from him. But nevertheless, we have a new pound-for-pound lightweight champion, and that's Lopez. Now, we have some fighters that he could fight. Now, it's hard to make matches now. Some fighters aren't available. Some fighters say they want to fight, and then when it comes down to it, they don't want to fight because it's all about money and politics and the easiest way to get that bag nowadays. I've said it before, and it's sad but true. So let's start with my bottom two. And you may or may not agree with it, but, I'm going to give you my case on it, my opinion on it. I'm reluctant to say Ryan Garcia, but he is a lightweight that people are talking about. He is a lightweight who has a make-or-break fight coming up with Campbell. Should he get past Campbell, which I don't think he will, should he fight Lopez? No, I'm going to say no. If he's lucky enough to get past Campbell. I don't think that he should fight Lopez next because he still has more to prove. Yeah, I know what y'all saying. Come on, man. You said if you beat Campbell, then yeah, that tells me a lot, but it doesn't tell me everything. Because there is a gatekeeper who gave some elite fighters a hard time. And that's Yuriorkis Gamboa. Should he beat Campbell? I think he should fight Gamboa. Not a title shot yet, Ryan. Not just yet. Now, why do you say Gamboa, real talk? Here's why I say Gamboa. Because Tank Davis, who's very popular right now, who's everybody's talking about, who's the man right now, who knocked out Santa Cruz with that uppercut, went almost 12 rounds with Gamboa. Didn't get him out of there to the 12th round. And it was competitive. Of course, Davis was, on his way to a unanimous decision before he knocked him out. But nevertheless, the over the hill, past his prime, Gamboa gave him a test. And not only him, we got Terrence Crawford, who went 9-10 rounds with Gamboa. And Gamboa actually rocked Crawford right before he got knocked out. So Gamboa is game. He's game. And not only that, he went 12 rounds with the current world champion, lightweight champion, one of them, Devin Haney. And I thought Devin Haney was going to run through Gamboa. But I forgot about those other two elite fighters. If he gave them a hard time, he was going to give the smaller and not as powerful puncher like Devin Haney 12 rounds. So that was my bad. So you can make a case to say later on down the line, should he keep winning, there's Ryan Garcia. But what if Luke Campbell wins that fight? Now, I know a lot of you are not going to agree with that. Come on, man. Luke Campbell? Yes. But the same thing applies with Luke Campbell. He's already had 2 shots at the title. He fell short against Loma. And against Linares, that could have went either way. It could have been a draw. But, hey, he lost nevertheless. But do I think he should get a title shot? Should he beat Garcia? No. I think he should fight the gatekeeper, Gamboa. And then we'll talk about the other guys. Now we have Devin the Dream Haney, who could be another potential fighter. And Devin Haney says Lopez ducked him. But there's a lot of people and a lot of critics out there that say Devin hasn't fought anyone of significance enough to bring the views and the bag to fight Lopez, which you can make an argument to say that also. And then we have Tank Davis. And that's the fight I want to see Lopez fight next. I really do. That, my friends, is a pay-per-view event that I would buy. Definitely would buy. And then you can make an argument to say, well, Loma did have success in the later rounds. Does that warrant a rematch? I wouldn't dispute that, and I wouldn't be mad at that either. Because I believe if Loma would have got started earlier, he might have retained his titles. No disrespect to Lopez. And I'm not taking away anything from Lopez's performance. But if Lopez would have started in the 3rd, 4th round, excuse me, not Lopez, but Loma would have started, up in the 3rd or 4th round, who knows what would have happened. So there's my potential opponents. What do you think about that? Who should he fight next? And like I said, these fights are hard to make because it's all about the easiest bag. And it's about who's available at the time. Okay? So that's my opinion on that. But I want to tell you guys something. Tomorrow night is Danny Garcia, Errol Spence. I will be doing a live stream tomorrow. Not for the whole card, but about 20 to 30 minutes before the main event, I'm going to go on live stream. And I want you guys to really tune in if you can, because I have an announcement to make on that live stream, okay? Now, I recently did a video of me doing some work in here on the bag, and I got a lot of positive feedback. And I got some that wasn't so positive. Well, majority, all of it was positive. Even the ones that were still calling me old and fat, they were making light of it, but they were still giving me respect. But there was one in particular, one guy in particular, who told me I was doing everything wrong. Slapping with my hook, throwing arm punches, my punches are all thrown down. Everything I was doing to this person was completely and utterly wrong. So I reached back out to this person. I said, hey, man, demonstrate. Show me what I'm doing wrong. Send me some footage of you working. And I couldn't believe it, because majority of the time when you get those people who are criticizing you, they're not willing to show what they can do. But I commend this guy. He did. He sent me a link to his YouTube channel to see some of his bag work. Now, listen, it's one thing to give constructive criticism, okay, when it's not even asked. But when you put yourself out there on the internet, you leave yourself wide open. So you have to have tough skin. But this particular guy kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I just felt arrogance exuding from this guy. Because he was basically saying that what I do is trash. So when I saw his footage, I didn't say anything negative to him. I was just like, so I got back with him and I was very respectful. I said, hey man, you have a lot of power. I would love to spar with you one day. Didn't get a response. I says, hey man, I would love to spar with you one day. Anytime you're in Texas, or how far are you from me, and we can try to spar. Didn't get any response. Then later on I got, well, the last guy I fought, my last opponent, I broke his ribs. Okay, doesn't have anything to do with me. Do you want to spar? Then he sends me, well, I have weightlifting videos on my channel and I can curl 100 pounds. 100-pound dumbbell. Doesn't have anything to do with boxing. You want to spar? And I finally got him to say, I got to be honest with you, man. I don't really want to spar. I'm done with sparring, you know what I'm saying? But I would like to have a real boxing match with you. A hard boxing match. Music to my ears. Now, I want to explain something, y'all. In this live stream tomorrow, I'm going to announce who that is. Now, don't get excited. It's not anyone that we know. Basically like me or nobody. You know, but chatting back and forth with this guy. The arrogance. How nonchalant he was and how sarcastic he was. I mean, he said a couple of things that was underlined. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, man, I know it's a long shot and you are far away from me. And we dealing with a pandemic, y'all. So I'm not just going to jump stupid and go and catch COVID just to prove something. But I want to fight this guy. I really do. Now, I'm an old guy. I'm in better shape. I'm losing weight. And I want to test myself. You know what I'm saying? We all have that beast inside that, you know, we still think we can do certain things. But this guy's around my age. He's 46. I'm 42. But just the way he presents himself is a little arrogant. And he even said, you know, okay, you're a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be kind of hard to try to punch you out, you being such a nice guy. Well, you keep thinking that, sir. You keep thinking that. And I asked him permission to post his video that he sent me so you guys can critique it and compare the two skills. Now, granted, it was years ago. So what he told me. And granted, he said that he had an injury in that video because a lot of stuff started occurring once I started saying that I wanted to show you guys what he's about. And then he also wanted to tell me that he has sparred certain professional fighters, which I think is a lie. And there's one thing I can't stand other than someone who's arrogant is a liar. So I'm letting you know right now, I don't believe that. I don't believe it, but it doesn't matter. I think you said that to deter me is what I think. And I'm dead serious about trying to fight you, brother. Dead serious. Even though you're far away, in the near future, probably not. Is it a long shot? Yeah, but one of these days, rest assured, Real Talk Boxing would love to get in the ring with you. I don't care if it's in a boxing gym, under a fight card, at a park, in a parking lot. I want to get at you. Just letting you know. I will let you guys know who this man is. Live stream tomorrow night. Danny Garcia versus Errol Spence. Okay? And I'll put that footage up of this guy and let y'all see what he's about. All right? As always, respect all, fear none. God bless. Till the next time, Real Talk Boxing, baby, we gone.